Okay, so yeah, today we're looking at finding the equation of a line, and we really want to emphasize this skill. This is the most important skill that we've covered so far. Okay, so this is something that's going to pop up for the rest of your Year 11 course and looking into Year 12. Whether you do methods or general maths, finding the equation of a line is very important. Okay, so we'll start. We've got 4 different questions here for how it's listed, and I've got 2 steps, all right? We're going to do it first in y-intercept form, and then maybe before recess or after recess we'll look at doing it in general form. We'll learn both processes, but we'll start with y-intercept form. Step 1 says identify the slope. All right, so we have here 2 coordinates, and we need to find the slope through those 2 coordinates. So this is a skill that we've already learnt. We covered in 11E2, and we're going to look at that now again. So remember, slope is change in y divided by change in x, or if we have coordinates, the formula for slope, y2 take y1 divided by x2 take x1. Now I've said it doesn't matter where the 1 or the 2 belong, as long as if we call this x1 and y1, this is x2 and y2, that they both have the same subscript. So let's go ahead and calculate the slope. That's going to be our first step. So we have m, the slope is y2 take away y1. So we're going to have 7 take away 1. Divided by, now I'm sorry, that says minus 7, doesn't it? So it's going to be minus 7 take away 1. Alright, minus 7 take away 1, divided by, and then we have x2, which is minus 2, take away 2. So that's our slope. We've put it into the slope formula. Let's evaluate it. At the top we're going to have minus 7 take 1, minus 8. At the bottom we'll have minus 4. And when we divide minus 8 by minus 4, we get positive 2. So the slope of the line is 2. Alright, so as far as our process goes, I've got in y-intercept form, step 1, identify the slope. We've completed step 1. Now remember, y-intercept form is like this. Y equals mx plus c. We've identified m, alright? So we already have y equals 2x plus c. We found m simplified to 2. Alright, so so far this is what we have in y-intercept form. Okay, so step 1, find the slope. We've taken the slope, we've put it in there. Step 2 is to now substitute either of these coordinates. So it doesn't matter which one we choose. I'm going to choose this one because there's no negatives involved. As soon as you introduce negatives, it can complicate things a little bit. So we're going to substitute this coordinate into this line that we have here. So we have when x is 2, y is 1. The line passes through that point. So I'm going to put 1 where the y is, and 2 where the x is. We have plus c. Evaluate this a little bit more, and we're solving for c. C is an unknown, it's the y-intercept. The way we get c by itself here is we're going to subtract 4 from both sides, and we'll have minus 3 equals c. So again, I'll just say those kind of linear equation operations, where we're solving linear equations, I'm assuming we know how to do those. So let me know if that's a part you find challenging, because that's pretty important too. Okay, so just to recap, what did we do? We had 2 coordinates. So first step, identify the slope. Done. We got the slope. Here's y-intercept form. We put the slope in. Step 2, we substitute a coordinate in. It doesn't matter if we do that one or that one. We will obtain the same value of c. Now let's answer the question. The equation of the line that goes through these points is y equals 2x take away 3. All right? Y equals mx plus c. We found m and we found c. That's our answer. Very good. Okay, let's move on to question 2. Look at this eraser. We should have enough room to do 2 here, I think. Find the equation of a line with a slope of 0.5 that passes through minus 2 and positive 3. So step 1 says identify the slope. Well, in this question, we're told the slope. we don't even have to work it out. Question 1, we had to perform this process a bit. Question 2, we don't have to work it out. We're told the slope. The slope is 0.5. So I'm going to put 0.5 where the m is. All right, we've done step 1. The slope is 0.5. Now, step 2, input the coordinates. Now, we're only told one coordinate. We're told it passes through. So we've identified the slope as 0.5, and we're told it passes through, the line passes through x is -2, y is +3. So we're going to put 3 where the y is, we input the coordinates, and -2 where the x is. And then we're just going to solve through for c. So on the left-hand side, we'll have 3. 0.5 times -2, or half of -2, is going to be -1. Okay, we're solving a linear equation here. We want to get rid of -1, so we're going to +1 to both sides. And we'll have c is 4. Okay, so we found the slope, we found the y-intercept, therefore the equation of the line is 0.5x plus 4. So we answer the question. Okay, clear some room. Alright, so both of those, hopefully they're okay. Any questions about those so far? Okay. Find the equation of a line perpendicular to this line, but it passes through the coordinate x is 2, y is 3. Okay, this one's going to be a bit tricky. So, we're told this line, y equals 2 on 3x plus 2. Now, we're going to refresh what a perpendicular line means. If we have one line going this way, and it has a slope of 2 on 3, or sometimes we write it as a on b, then the perpendicular line means that it meets it at 90 degrees. That's what perpendicular means, okay? They meet at 90 degrees. And the way we find the slope of a perpendicular line is we do the negative reciprocal, which means we flip the fraction. So rather than being a on b, it'll be b on a, and we multiply it by -1. So in this circumstance, we go from 2 on 3, it will become -3 on 2. So if we have a line that has a slope of 2 on 3, the perpendicular line has a slope of -3 on 2. All you do is flip it and multiply it by -1. Okay, everyone remember that? We covered that in one of the earlier lessons, that's good. All right, so that means the line that we're interested in, the line that we're finding, is y equals -3 on 2x plus c. So remember, step 1, identify the slope. We found the slope. The slope was -3 on 2. Step 2, substitute the coordinates. Well, it passes through x is 2, y is 3. So I can communicate this here. The new line has slope, which is the negative reciprocal, -3 on 2. Now, I'm consistently using the word slope. You will also see gradient, just to emphasize that again. All right, let's sub in those coordinates. We have y is 3, and we have x is 2. Now, these kind of things, I'm very happy for you to use your calculator for, but it is good to know how to do it if you do. I can give you some strategies, but here we have 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom, that'll cancel. So this will simplify to -3 plus c. We have 3 remaining on the left-hand side. And the way we solve for c is we're going to +3 to both sides. So when we +3, we'll have c is 6. Which means the equation of the perpendicular line is -3 on 2x, and then +6. Our value of c is 6. That's our answer to question 3. All right. Okay, then we're presented with a diagram. So we've looked at basically 3 different approaches of solving a line here. We had to find a perpendicular one. We found one through coordinates, and then we have one where we were given a slope. In this example, we have a Cartesian plane with 2 lines drawn on it. And these lines are parallel. Okay, that's indicated by these arrows. These arrows show the lines are going in the same direction. All right, they will never touch, they'll never cross. Now we're told this line is 2 on 3x plus 2. Okay, find in gradient intercept form, so that means y-intercept form, the equation of line 2. Now line 2 we also know passes through this coordinate, which is x is 4, y is 1. Now, these lines are parallel. So if they're parallel, they're going in the same direction, which means they have the same steepness, right? If you're walking up this hill, it's the same as walking up this hill. They have the same gradient, they have the same slope. So can anyone tell me, what's the slope of this line? 2 over 3, has to be the same, all right? This line has a slope of 2 on 3, it's parallel to this one, so this one is also 2 on 3. So the equation for line 2 then, this is question 4, line 2 is y equals 2 on 3x plus c. Next, we need to substitute in a coordinate. We're given one coordinate, we have x is 4, y is 1. So we'll put 1 where the y is, we'll put 4 where the x is, and we'll go plus c. And now we are just evaluating this. So we have 1 equals, now 2, whenever we're multiplying a fraction, right, that's just multiplying the top. Remember, 4 by itself is like 4 on top of 1, if you want to express it as a fraction. So we have 2 times 4 at the top, and 3 times 1 at the bottom. So 2/3 times 4 gives you 8/3. And we have plus c. Now we're trying to solve for c. We want c by itself. So we've got to subtract this number from both sides, right? If we subtract 8 on 3 from both sides, we're going to have 1 take away 8 on 3 equals c. I've moved it to the left-hand side. And I'm just going to use this as an opportunity to demonstrate some fraction skills. It's funny, you know, you start learning addition and subtraction between fractions in year 7, but it's amazing how many students still find it challenging. Always, so you're not alone. So this here, we've got the number 1, and we need to subtract 8 on 3 from it. The first thing we need to do is make them have the same denominator. So one way we could express 1 would be 3 on top of 3. Okay? 3 divided by 3 is 1. All right, so we're just simplifying 1 to be like that. Now they have the same denominator, which means we can perform the operation. We have 3 take away 8. 3 take away 8 is going to give you minus 5 on top of 3. All right, so our value of c, we've solved for c there, is minus 5 on top of 3. This equation is 2 on 3x, take 5 on 3. So that's the answer to part A. Find in gradient intercept form the equation of line 2. That's question 4, part A. And part B says, hence find the y-intercept. Where does it cross the y-axis? Well, remember, this is y-intercept form. This is the slope, and this is the y-intercept. So our answer to part B is the int, the y-intercept, is negative 5 on 3. Okay, so the skill is the same, right? Number 1, identify the slope. Number 2, write it in y-intercept form. Then we always substitute in a coordinate, and then we solve. Now here, you can use your calculator at that step, right? I'm just trying to emphasize some of this mental math. It's good to know how to do, but you can use your calculator to help you there. Gets our answer, and then we have one for solving. So all we've done there is equations of lines in y-intercept form. So we'll just start with y-intercept form. So if we flip to the exercises in 11G. Oh, no worries, mate. And just question 1. All right. So 11G, question 1, let's do all of those.